So the Platinum expansion is now out specifically on Xbox anyway, and obviously that comes with some machinery and equipment. So what are we talking about? Now the best way to find all this, because it's spread across a load of different categories, is to come down to your mods and your DLCs. So what have we got specifically in this pack? Right, so first up we got the Paladin SFB 750, 9 grand, and obviously this is going to be used for smashing up boulders. Now you're going to need one of these if you're going to be doing the rock boulder contract, rock boulder contract, or breaking rock contract, whatever it's called. You're going to need one of these on the front of a skid steer loader. That is going to be brilliant. We've got the Volvo unloading grapple, and this specifically is for the L180H, 6.5 grand to buy. Obviously, this is going to be used for picking up logs, and quite a few, because that looks massive. Whilst we're on the subject of the L180H, this is the big bag lifter for it, 4.5 grand to buy, and obviously this is going to go on the front of the L180H and allow you to lift big bags, as the name would suggest. We then got a pallet fork for the L180H, 3 grand to buy. You then got the option of wide, small, or wide, obviously depending on how wide your pallets are. Fair enough. We then got the high tip bucket for the L180H. This is going to hold 10,000 litres. Wow, that is a big bucket. I must admit, 23 grand to buy, but oh, definitely 10,000 litres. Excellent. And sticking with the L180H adapters, we got the rock bucket with spade nose, 3,500 litre capacity, 11 grand. Obviously, it's got those teeth at the front to help you pick up rocks. Fair enough. And to finish off the specific ones for the L180H, we've got the general purpose bucket heavy duty, 5,000 litre capacity, 17 grand. No options. 5,000. I think I'll go with the other one. It's twice as big, but all right, carry on. Now we'll move into the standard version, shall we say. So this is just big bag lifter. Should be able to use it on any wheel loader. 4 grand to buy, obviously for doing big bags. We've also got a Volvo pallet fork, again standard for any wheel loader. 2.5 grand to buy. It's for doing your pallets, as the name would suggest. We then got the universal high tip bucket, 5,000 litre capacity again, 17 grand to buy. Should fit on any wheel loader. We then got the universal rock bucket spade nose, 3,000 litre capacity on this one. Again, use it for any wheel loader. And to finish off the universal ones, this is the general purpose bucket heavy duty, 3,600 litre capacity, 10.5 grand to buy. Hook it up and away you go. Oh, love it. Now we move on to the specifics ones for the LM841. So this is the pallet fork, 2 grand to buy. You got the options to change the colour from yellow to black. Fair enough. Use it on the LM841. We've also got the rock bucket spade nose for the LM841, 1,000 litre capacity. To be fair, it's a smaller vehicle, so you're going to need a smaller bucket. 1,500 to buy. Again, main colour, yellow or black. That does look good though. We got the universal bucket for the LM841, 2,400 litre capacity, 2 grand to buy. Again, colour change, yellow or black. Fair enough. Next up is the TMC Cancella, the THX 180. This requires 180 horsepower. It's got 1.8 metre working width. But before we go off on one, this is going to attach to the front of an excavator to mulch up bushes. Oh, excellent. 23 grand to buy. There is no options. Taking out trees. Get this mulch on the go. Oh, we've got the Westtech Woodcracker C550. This is brilliant. This and the one on the front of the John Deere, absolutely ace. It's going to do 2 trees. I'll say at once. It's not, but you know what I mean. 55 centimetre tree it will cut through, 43 grand to buy. It chops one down, grabs hold of it, slides it to the side, then you can go do another one. That is brilliant. And also from Westtech, we've got the Woodcracker G1650. Obviously, this is going to be a log fork. 22.5 grand to buy. No options. Comes in a nice bright orange. That does look good. Also going to mount on the front of a excavator. Oh, excellent. Right, we've got the Risutech SKB240. Now, this looks brilliant. The animation on this loading as it spins around and takes the tree saplings in is ace. 240 pieces. It's going to hold 67.5 grand to buy. Again, fits on the front of an excavator, but that just looks ace. Oh, I can't wait to use that. We got the Schwarzmüller Low Loader 3A, 55 grand, although it's got £1,000 added extra as we come into the shop. Now, you're going to need one of these if you're going to be using the containers, because obviously the containers hook straight up to the back of this. So you got the option of spare wheel. Yes or no, entirely up to you. Change the main colour. Why not? Change that to pink. Fair enough. And then rim colour, chrome, silver, white or black. This trailer, I think, is going to be a favourite for a lot of people, especially with put those containers on. Excellent. We then got the Schwarzmüller Low Loader 4A, 60 grand again, but we've got the spare wheel option as we come straight in. So you can take that off or have it on. Entirely up to you. You then got the main colour. Again, change that up, change the main frame, and then rim colour. Same as the previous ones, but obviously this is going to be predominantly a low loader for moving machinery around, because obviously the excavators and the low loaders, they don't go that fast, so you need to put something to pull it around. Fair enough. Well, I've got the Schwarzmüller timber trailer. This is 40.5 grand to buy. Again, coming in with optional extras. What's going on with that? So it starts off with a 2x13. You then can change that to a 3x2.5, 2x4, and then back to 2x3. Then got the usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres. Then you can add the spare wheel if you wanted to underneath. You also got the option to add mud flaps at the back. You then got design. You can have orange. Hold on, what's that changing? Let's have a look. Doesn't really seem to be doing it. Or is that mud flaps? You put the mud flaps on. Oh no, it's the reflectors on the back there. So no, orange, you can't really see it with those colours, to be fair. That's it. Yellow, and then no, you can change the chassis colour. We can have purple, changes the main bed. In main colour, we'll put that as pink, changes the bottom of the stanchions. Then design colour, that should change the middle parts. And then rim colour, obviously does the rims. Fair enough. Then we got the Schwarzmüller timber trailer semi, 42.5 grand to buy again. We've got optional extras as soon as we come in from the shop. Shocking. You then got the options there. Extension 4x3, 3x4, 2x6, or back to 4x3. You can change the mud flaps, put those on the back again. Spare wheel again. Design is going to be the reflectors on the stanchions. There you are. And then chassis colour, it's the same as the previous one, but obviously this is just going to be for a semi-trailer hookup. That's yeah, those colours, not sure they go, to be fair, but all right, fair enough. Well, we've got the Fansout P13 4272, 18 grand, although it's got 21.5 grand optional extras, which is the crane on the back, so you can have it as just a wood loading trailer, obviously pulled by a tractor or pickup truck, or you can have a crane on it. Obviously you're going to need to load the logs in there somehow, so yeah, you probably would need to have the crane, but that does look good. And you've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Oh, I like that. We've got the Kohler K307CH and EcoFlex. This is going to require 225 horsepower from your tractor. It's going to do up to 840 meters because those ropes on the top, yeah, they extend and you can carry logs up the side of a mountain basically, and it's going to carry up to 3 ton at a time. 95 grand to buy. Usual shenanigans on the wheel brands and the tyres. Now we're going to take a look at some of the new game mechanics in separate videos, but that just looks brilliant. And whilst we're on the subject of carting logs up a hill, we've got this, the Kohler K300T and SKA1Z. This requires 110 horsepower from your tractor, so a little bit less than the previous one, but obviously it's only going to do 500 meter length on the cable. Only going to do 1.5 ton as well. So obviously, depending on how much wood you've got, depends on what piece of machinery you go for. 38 grand to buy. It is what it is. No options. But these do look great. We've got the Fansout DWP186. Now these are ace. 80 horsepower requirement for your tractor. It's going to pull 8.6 ton because you got that there. It's a winch. We'll take a look at that in a separate video, but these winches are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 21,900 to buy. Yeah, I think these are going to be a favourite with people. We've also got another winch. This is the Taj Fun EGV65 AHK SG. This is going to require 60 horsepower from your tractor. This is going to pull 6.6 tons, so a little bit less than the previous one, but obviously it's only going to cost 7.5 grand. Yeah, I can't wait to use these. We've also got a new pallet of saplings. This is going to hold 240 pieces. Now, it's got the usual ones that we've had so far, but if we go back the other way, we've got the three that was mentioned in one of the blog posts. So we've got ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, and then giant sequoia. So obviously you chuck these in the front of that loader that we've seen, 240. It's going to take the full pallet at once. Yeah, that's ace. We've got shipping container, 21,700 litre capacity to start with. So that's got the 20-foot, 6-metre carrying capacity, 3,850 to buy. And yes, we will definitely take a look at this because these are log auto load. Oh, excellent. Now they do go up in size. So you got the 12-metre, 40-foot. You got a 9-metre, 30-foot, and then obviously the 6-metre, 20-foot that we started with. Now, obviously, these are going to be for loading logs. Brilliant. Then you've got the options to change the designs. You've got standard, lizard logistics, lizard forestry, or standard, and then change the main colour to whatever one you want. Yeah, I think these with the low loader, game changer. Definitely game changer. We've also got some marking spray. So whilst you're out doing the trees with your mates, so we've got a blue, a green, an orange, a red, a pink, a white, and a yellow. Yeah, obviously you spray which trees, what you want cut down, what you don't want cut down. Excellent. Now we come on to the vehicles. So we've got the Manitou M50-4. Yeah, you may be saying we've already got a Manitou, but this is a bigger one because you're going to need a bigger one because you're going to use this to lift containers up. So this has got a 75 horsepower engine, 12-mile-an-hour top speed, 58 grand to buy. You've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres, but obviously it's bigger at the back, a bit more weight to counterbalance when you're doing the containers. Obviously those forks on the front slide out and go into your container. Ace. This is going to be ace. So we've got some trucks. So this is the Volvo F16 Globetrotter, 470 horsepower engine, 55-mile-an-hour top speed, 102.5 grand to buy. Again, it's come with optional extras. What's going on with that? Dear, oh dear. Right. So we're back to standard. So we'll go back up the top. So you've got a 470 horsepower engine. You can then up that to 485, 500, or back to 470. Obviously, 500. Why would you go for anything else? Then you've got the wheel setups. You've got standard, wide tyres, or standard. Then you've got sun shield, no or yes. So we'll leave that on. Then design, no or yes. Does the stickers down the side. Additional lights, no or yes. Puts those on the top there. You then got beacon, no or yes as well. You then got mud flaps down the back of the wheels, fair enough. You then got capacities of 500 litres. It's going to be on your fuel tank. So you've got that there, 750 or 500. So it's the other side, really. There you are. Fair enough. And we then got the main colour. So we'll change that to that. Then we've got chassis colour. We'll go for a bit of that. Changes the chassis. And then design colour. We'll go for blue. Does the grille on the front. And then rim colour. Obviously, we're going to go for chrome. Excellent. And for the American style, we've got the Volvo VNX 300s. This starts off with a 500 horsepower engine, 55-mile-an-hour top speed, 149.5 grand to buy. But again, coming in with a load of optional extras on. What's going on with that? Just have it as standard. Yeah, fair enough. Right. So the options you got there are tandem short as standard, tandem long, tridem short, tridem long, then back to tandem short. So if you wanted a longer version, or even just with a triple wheel set up on the back, you go for any one of those. You then got beacons, no or yes, on the top there. You then got mirrors, no or yes, on the wings. You then got sun shield, no or yes. Horn, no or yes, on the top. Antennas, no or yes. You then come down to aero parts. So that puts those bits on the side, just to aid with a bit of fuel consumption. Then come down to main colour. Why not? And then we got the grille colour. Didn't really change much from chrome to there. I'll put the white on. Oh, that's all right. Then we got design colour. We'll go with black. Oh, that does look all right actually. And then rim colour. Yeah, that looks ace. And for the more European version, we've got the Volvo FH16. So it starts off with a 550 horsepower engine, 55 mph top speed, 137 grand. You then got the option there. So it says Sleeper, XL, or Sleeper. So you go for whichever one you want. So we'll leave that on like that. Then you've got engine set up to 550, 650, 750, or back to 550. Oh, yes. 750. Why not? Then you got wheel set up 4x2, 6x4, 8x4 tag, 8x4 push, or 4x2. That 6x4, oh, that just looks like a normal truck in the UK, definitely. Then you've got aero parts again on the side there, mind you. Then 2 puts it on the side of the actual cab. 3 does it by between the wheels and the side of the cab, or none. Oh yeah, we'll leave those on, that's all right. Then you've got front mounting, none. Design 1, 2, 3, or none. Yeah. Oh, fog lights on the front. Then got safety frame, none. Design 1, 2, 3, or none. So it puts that on the roof there. Mud flaps, again, 1. Volvo, or none. Volvo branded mud flaps. Ace. You then got mirrors, none. Design 1, 2, 3, or none. And then come down the main colour. Is that Volvo green? That's a bit bright. We'll go with our usual. Oh, why not? Then grille colour. Chrome it up. Yes. Then design colour. Does the lower grille. Then we've got the rim colour. Obviously, we're going to chrome those. Why wouldn't we? Oh, excellent. Then we move into the wheel loaders. The first one we got is the Volvo BM LM 841, 98 horsepower engine, 15 mph top speed, 40 grand to buy. Again, with some optional extras as we come in from the shop. Naughty. Right. You then got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then you come down, you got safety frame, no or yes. Puts those bars around the cab. Then you got beacon, no or yes on the top. Old school. Yeah, I like that. Then we've got the Volvo L120H, 276 horsepower, 24 mph top speed, 252 grand to buy. Obviously, a lot newer than the previous ones. You got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, just the design really. You then got safety beacon, no or yes. Where's the safety? Ah, it's the green one on the top there. Fair enough. You then got normal beacon, no or yes on the back as well. I like that green beacon. Then we got the Volvo L180H, 333 horsepower engine, 23 mph top speed, 304 grand to buy. Obviously slightly bigger than the L120. So we got the safety frame. Oh, it's around the back. There we are. So we've got safety frame. No, 1, 2, 3, or none. And safety beacon is the green one on the top again. And then normal beacon is the normal beacon. Yeah, I like that one. I think that's my favourite so far. We've now got an absolute monster of a beast. Look at that. The Volvo L200 high lift. Gonna stay to that. 341 horsepower engine, 23 mph top speed, 381 grand to buy. That's coming with some optional extras, which is the safety frame, which is no or yes, round the back. And also safety beacon, you can have that on, the green one on the top of the roof. And then the normal beacon, design 1, 2, or no. But that just looks absolutely epic. We've got an old school dump truck. So this is the Volvo BM DR631. This has got a 65 horsepower engine, 15 mph top speed, 5,400 litre capacity. Going to cost you 50 grand. Usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. But if you're keeping it old school, this will fit in nicely. Yeah, get some dump trucks on the go. Oh, excellent. Right, we've got the Cushion Ruther K300R Gen 2. So it's got a 300 horsepower engine, 24 mph top speed, 310 grand to buy. You then got some options. You got standard, crane and blade. Yeah. Obviously, you got the winches on the back as well. Yeah, we'll get to those in a separate video. Obviously, you got that crane on the front. That's all right. You then got crane on its own, so you don't have to have the winches. You can have it as a normal tractor. And then obviously back to standard. Then you got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then come down to main colour. Have any one of those. Why not go for an orange? And then rim colour, silver or black. Oh, that looks all right. Very nice. We then got the Fancel Felix. This is 180 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 235 grand to buy. And obviously, this is going to be for moving your logs. You got the crane on the back, then you got the big jaws on the back as well. Obviously, you load your logs into there and clamp it all down, and then drag them out the way. Also, with the winches on the back, which is ace. You got the Felix 180. You got the Felix 236, so 236 horsepower engine, and then back to the 180, and then you got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, although you do have some Ollis fours. Very nice. And then got the Fansalt PM Track 3, 180 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, 202 grand to buy. You got some options there. You got standard, crane and blade, so just like the other one that we just seen, again with the winches on the back, which is nice. You can have just the crane if you want to use the tractor's 3-point hitch, although that does leave the winches as well, which is all right. And then you can take the crane off as standard. You got to have the winches on there, haven't you? You then got the engine set up, so 180 horsepower, 236, and then 180. Usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then got safety frame, no or yes. I put sort of frame around pretty much everything. That's all right. We then got the Volvo BM SM462. So it's got a 47 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour top speed, 55 grand. Obviously, old school again. If you're going to be doing that sort of shenanigans, you're going to want one of these forwarders just to pick up your stuff and take it to the sale point. But that does look great. And we now come to the excavators. Oh, brilliant. Volvo EC380DL, 292 horsepower, 6 mile an hour working speed. 81 centimetre trees it can chop down in one go. 365 grand to buy. You then got the options there of just a fast coupler, grapple, yeah, or then harvester head. Obviously, this is where the diameter of the trees comes in handy, and then back to fast coupler. Now, obviously, if you had the fast coupler on, you could use some of the previous pieces of equipment that we've already seen. Yeah, fair enough. So we'll leave that on because that just looks brilliant. You then got the option of beacon, no or yes, puts that on the top. Then safety beacon, no or yes, puts that green one on the top. And then windows, you've got standard, tinted, or standard. That does look ace. The previous one was a bit big for you. We've got this one, the EC250DL. So it's got 187 horsepower engine, 6 mile an hour top speed, 70 centimeters diameter on the trees it can cut down. So slightly smaller, but slightly smaller price tag as well. 260 grand to buy. You then got the option of having the fast coupler, so it can attach to the previous piece of equipment that we've seen. You then got the grapple. Fair enough. And then got the Kohler P60 process header. That's all right. And then back to the fast coupler. That's ace. You then got the beacon, no or yes on the top. You then got safety beacon, no or yes. And then the windows tinted, no or yes. Yeah, that looks ace. We then come on to some big John Deeres. So we've got the 848L2. It's got a 281 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed. And it's going to pull 15 ton. With that crane on the back, that grab, once it latches on, it can then pull 15 ton. Oh, that's awesome. 299.5 grand to buy. You got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, although you can have some Ollis fours, mind you. Then you got the windows, standard or tinting. That is an absolute beast. And to carry on with the John Deere beast, we got this. The 843L2, 270 horsepower engine, 11 mile an hour top speed. It can do 2 trees. That bit on the front, the fella buncher. So you go into one, it chops one tree down, it moves it to one side, and then you chop another one down. Job done. That looks ace. 284.5 grand to buy. Again, usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Yeah, you got the Ollis fours, and then you got the tinted windows, but that looks ace. We've got the Komatsu 951. Obviously, this is a tree harvester. 291 horsepower engine, 12 mile an hour top speed. It's going to do 70 centimeter diameter on the tree trunks. It's got a 449 grand price tag, but it comes with the safety frame already on. All right, fair enough. You then got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres, including the Ollis fours. Yeah, like the Komatsus, it could be one for you. And what I personally think is the best looking tree harvester in the game has got to be this one, the Komatsu 911.5 X3M 2011 edition. It's a harvester with tracks. That Oh, love it. 228 horsepower engine, 12-mile-an-hour top speed, 65 centimeter diameter tree cuttable, 375 grand to buy. And it's come with the safety frame on, which is 2 grand extra. But that looks brilliant. We've got the Volvo BM2654. It's going to have a 140 horsepower engine, 21 mile an hour top speed, 88.5 grand to buy, although it has come with some fenders as an optional extra. So you got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. And obviously fenders, no or yes. You then got front weight, no. 150 kilo, 250, 350, 450, 550, or no. And you got beacon on the top, yes or no. I mean, that fits in with all the other old school stuff that we've seen so far today. Yeah, that'll fit in nicely. And to finish it off, well, this is our last piece of equipment that we're getting with the game. Is probably the best named piece of equipment in the game, the Impex Hannibal T50. Oh, excellent. Every time I see this vehicle or hear that name, I just think of Silence of the Lambs, because just the name, quality. 320 horsepower engine, 4 mile an hour top speed, because it's very, very big. 50.1 ton. Yeah, this is a big boy. This is the biggest thing in the game, or heaviest thing in the game at least. It's going to do, though, 120 centimeter diameter trees. Yeah, if you got some of those giant sequoias on the go, you're going to need one of these, definitely. But that looks ace. £750,000 to buy, though. But it does look awesome. Right, so that's all your piece of equipment for you. Drop it in the comments below. What are you looking forward to using the most? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.